I'm definitely aware of the economy and the rising cost of living, and just how it's been harder to make ends meet. So I wanted to just give what I could basically to anybody who could use it. Ways that maybe you can save money or perhaps unlock some money. This is not paid sponsorship stuff. I don't even have any corporate affiliations really with any of these people or companies. I'm honestly only sharing these things because I do think that they can help, and I have my own experiences that I can vouch for. So I've been working with T-Mobile since about 2004. If you are not on T-Mobile, you can use my link and you can switch to T-Mobile. And what that will do is we will pay off anything that you owe your other carrier. So if you owe AT&T or Verizon, an early termination fee or something like that, all of that will be covered. If you really want to make sure that everything is done right, you can always send me a message on my email or Instagram or anything, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I'm pretty good at answering my emails pretty quickly. So yeah, I can say that when you switch from T-Mobile, what we'll do is we'll pay off your remaining balance, and make it so that you don't owe your previous carrier anything. You can do BYOD, which means bring your own device. You can also upgrade your device by trading it in. There's also other promotions that vary so much, just because I've worked with T-Mobile for such a long time. It could be something like, a free iPhone of some kind. But if you want it the Pro or the Pro Max, that's going to cost a little bit more, but it's the base model that they're offering. Same thing for Samsung phones, for Android. So, you can right now, I believe, get a Samsung S26 Ultra for zero down. What zero down means is you still have to pay the tax of the device, because I do want people to know the realities of how these things work, because I don't want to give things that wouldn't be helpful advice. So everything that I'm sharing is stuff that actually can. So if you use my link and refer yourself to T-Mobile, you can get a $100 gift card, and I think that is also for every line. Also, you get up to $850 to migrate, so to speak. So yeah, it's you can be with any other carrier. You just basically have to switch to T-Mobile. And even if you think that you can't because you have a contract or something, part of the switch to T-Mobile and the up to $850 that we give you to migrate is to basically settle those contracts so that you don't owe your previous carrier that kind of stuff. So you can get up to $100 for every line that you turn in through my link that I'll have in the description as well. And if you have any questions with T-Mobile or anything like that, you can always ask me. I think that I'm pretty knowledgeable when it comes to cell phones. So because I do know that you walk into the store sometimes and they don't really know what you're talking about. I really know phones very well and everything like that. So it'll be in good hands if you wanted to do that. So there's T-Mobile. Second one will be SoFi. it's short for social finance. It's a mobile banking app. So, you know that's automatically going to make some people afraid because they're going to think like, oh my god, mobile banking app. That's, that makes me feel nervous and everything. I totally understand because, like, I wouldn't download things like Chime or Clio or anything like that. Even today, I wouldn't use any of those kinds of stuff. There's, also like Dave and a couple of other apps that let you like borrow money or something. I don't use them mostly because I don't qualify, because you have to have like paycheck stubs, or something like that. SoFi is different. So this works really well with specifically Samsung phones because it's integrated within Samsung Wallet. So when you sign up for SoFi with my link, you do need to deposit, I think, a minimum of $50 or $75 to activate the promo. And once you do, then the $75 that will be your sign-up bonus will be deposited directly into your account as soon as you do that. And it might take like 48 hours, but just give it some time because it's, the weekend's coming up. But you can, it'll work. Trust me, it might take a little bit of time, but you should get at least $50, at least, for signing up and depositing the minimum amount that is in the requirements, which I believe is $75. So I'll just say that right now, just to like be safe and not mislead anybody. So you just, you deposit that money. And if you don't want to use it, you can withdraw all the money out and uninstall it and never have to deal with it again. So you're winning either way, I kind of believe. Also, so that's how that works. They do also give you a real debit card, and it can be good just have it as a backup, in case like your card is stolen or lost or whatever. I'm sure that we've all gone through those periods. So, these backup cards can sometimes come in handy. I don't lose any of my stuff very often, but like things happen. So it's good to have, backups. Another backup that I would say I would really actually, I know that there's a little bit of controversy with this, but that's because I think that these people are not really. It's not even the fine print. It's obvious. Like it says this in the terms and conditions. It's not fine print. I have a invite link for Klarna. So Klarna is a paying for. You basically put down 25% of what your purchase is, wherever, and then you pay off the rest in 3 more installments every 2 weeks. And you can use that to get anything. You can use it to go get groceries, go get clothes. You can literally use it like anywhere that Visa is accepted. So the limits are pretty endless with it. It's best to use Klarna when you know that you have money coming in, like within like a couple of weeks or so, or you have a plan, but like never just take out money without anticipating that you can, that you got to pay it back, because it is paying for and you are borrowing. And that's just, anybody that has had a problem with Klarna, I think it's because they didn't pay back, what they were supposed to. They're flexible with their payments on some things, like you can request extra time if you need it on like each purchase, I believe. So, there's limitations, but it's all about being smart, it's just a really easy law of things to go. Don't borrow money that you can't return from things that want it back. And they're a bank, so they're gonna want it back. So I'm gonna go through with the next few. Are Instacart. They deliver groceries. You can use my link, and you'll definitely not have to go out and get your groceries, so it'll save gas money. And you'll hopefully save $25 or more off of your first few orders. And these people are not going to deliberately pick out the worst produce or bad products or anything like that. You can even chat with them, and they are usually, I've never had a bad experience. I mean, every Instacart driver that I've had has been a nice person and really awesome. They also accept EBT, so anybody that has SNAP or food SNAP benefits or whatever, TANF, all that stuff, they accept it, which is helpful too. And then there's Uber services. There's more than just Uber rides. There's Uber Eats. There's a lot of other things that Uber offers. So you can use my coupon code if you do not have an account with Uber. I wish that you could use it in addition. They changed the whole, promotional thing. Probably because I was giving away too much free money. I'm sorry. So, yeah, if you, have somebody else sign up or whatever, it can work out that way, I guess. But I'll put that in the link as well. And you can use that for Uber Eats. You can use that for, regular Uber, delivery Uber. They have, everything in there on that. Okay, so there's also Lyft as well. So I'm going to put that in there. Lyft is pretty much essentially like Uber, just it's more just like the cars, like getting a ride. I don't have a problem with Lyft. I think it's just fine. It's the same thing as Uber pretty much. Sometimes it's cheaper. Really just depends. It's the same concept, I would say, pretty much. And then the last thing is Upside. So Upside, you probably heard about it before. You install the app, use my invite code, and if you go and get gas or a grocery store or anything like that, you can use it to get cash back and deposit it into a PayPal account or a checking account as well. But I do think that I haven't used it enough really to be able to give honest feedback. But definitely try the SoFi and Klarna out if you are in a tight spot and you do have money coming in. I know that I'm not trying to at all give anybody advice on finances or anything. I'm not a banker or I didn't even take economics in college, so I'm not going to pretend that I did or anything. I'm just putting this out there because there's a lot of ways that people can save money and adapt to a very expensive new world. And I'm just taking a couple of minutes out of my lunch break to be able to share this with people. Share the links if you want. I don't really care. Go for it. And if you also don't know how any of these work, you can always message me. I don't mind. My email and Instagram and X, Twitter, whatever, all that stuff is always available. So I just hope that maybe any of this stuff can help you, and I hope that you all have a great weekend. And if there's a way that I could have made it better, then that's even better. So with all that said, I'm just wishing everybody a good weekend. And yes, I'm doing a lot better right now. I'm happier. I'm a lot happier than I was. I'm not depressed anymore. So yeah, I mean, it comes and goes, but I'm honest about it, and I try to be honest about it. So the one thing too that I just want to say, as a last thing, is that when my depression's under control, I can be more myself, so I'm not hampered by like issues. So I'm able to just, you know, like be the me that like I really authentically want to be more of, which has always just been, you know, like somebody that likes helping people and, you know, trying to just make this a better world for everybody, because we're all in this together. And I know that sounds really lame and pretty corny and everything, but that's just what I believe. And I just want to, you know, if I can, bring light into anybody's life that I can. And that's probably the best thing about the internet, is that, you know, you can touch people's lives that you would never have been able to, you know, maybe a century ago or whatever. Yeah, so these all do work in America and maybe Canada. I'm not too sure, but I live in America, so unfortunately, this is the fiduciary system that I am the most familiar with.